So we're done with the first and second quarter of the curriculum guide. At this point of time, we will be discussing the third quarter of the curriculum guide. The content of the third quarter. So this is the continuation of the integrated process skills from the second quarter. So we still have additional of 5, and the first one is experimenting. Number 2 is the gathering of data. Number 3 is organizing data. Number 4, analyzing data. And number 5 is interpreting data. These 5 additional integrated process skills are also important in the conduct of our science and investigatory project, or SIP. We have also the content standards. The learner should demonstrate understanding of the process of gathering, organizing, analyzing, and interpreting data from the experiment. So we cannot have the result or the conclusion of the experiment if we cannot be able to do the process from gathering, from organizing of the data. And as you organize the data you've gathered, you have to analyze it and then interpret it for you to be able to conclude and recommend as much as possible. Then you are expected to perform. So what will be your performance standard in this quarter? So you as the learner should be able to conduct a relevant experiment, gather, analyze, and interpret experimental data. So you are expected to perform an experimental uh, investigatory project, since you'll be making a relevant experiment wherein you're going to gather and analyze as well as to interpret data. So that will be your task in this quarter. Now, your competencies or objectives in this quarter will be: number 1, conduct a guided experiment. Number 2, explain how data are gathered qualitatively and quantitatively. Number 3, differentiate qualitative and quantitative data. Number 4, gather and record qualitative and quantitative data from actual observations. Number 5, use appropriate tools in gathering data. Number 6, describe graph in data table. Number 7, explain the purpose of graphs and data table. Number 8, explain how to analyze and interpret data. Number 9, organize data into graphs and tables. And number 10, analyze or examine data, make necessary interpretation, and determine the truthfulness of a hypothesis based on given sets of data. Now, if you could observe that there are 10 learning competencies, so meaning to say, it would be a hard time for you guys to um, do this, especially that this is now the third quarter. And for you to be able to make all of this, you have to always put in your mind, apply the scientific attitudes. Number 1, curiosity, and being objectives as well in making all of these tasks. So I hope and I pray that you can make it, no, by applying all the lessons that you have in the first quarter and in the second quarter. because in the third quarter it's more on applications of what you have learned from your previous lessons.